Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first ever Financial Friday recording. Welcome, and yeah, let's get started. So, really, my intention behind this is to really create some conversation around money, to really just connect with like-minded people who are interested in money, who enjoy money, um, and so. But also, I feel that there's a lot of times where money is something that can be associated with some guilt, some shame, something maybe keep hush hush. And so that's kind of my mission, is to kind of create a movement of people to inspire them to open that communication, build relationships with your money, and to create a life that you desire with some financial security and an awareness. And so I have created a bit of a PowerPoint, so I'm just going to share my screen here for 1 second. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so welcome to our Financial Fridays. So this is something I'm going to be doing every Friday. Hopefully you'll continue to join me. Just a little simple waiver. Please know I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not working with any relationship with the bank. I am a woman who's committed to creating a movement of collapsing guilt and shame and struggle with money by sharing my story, but also tips and tools of what I've learned through books and different seminars, and just kind of sharing what I know with everyone else that's willing to hear and listen. So, with my journey with money, I've always loved money. I've always wanted lots of money. I've had highs and lows, ebbs and flows, where I've created and generated lots of money. I have saved, I've invested, I've failed, I've fallen, I've lost everything. And so it's been an interesting journey that I've had. And so I've also had this bit of a timeline within my life. By the time I was 30, I needed to be married with 2 kids. That was kind of just in my head, one of my goals that I really wanted to accomplish. And so that was something I'm very grateful for, that I've succeeded. I have a full family dynamic of a boy and a girl. And the next big thing that's been in my mind was, by the time I was 40, I have some really strong financial goals. I wanted to have some security. And so, I'm 35 now. And so I'm just like, okay, I better get my butt in gear here. I better start taking some action and putting learning what is money, how do I manage it, how do I have consistency, what am I doing wrong, and how can I learn and grow with it. So that's going to be, it has been for the last year, I've been reading and just dedicated to learning about money. And so I just wanted to begin to share and to open up what I've learned, and hopefully maybe some of these tips and tools can help you. And so the first thing was build a relationship with money. And so I never really thought of having a relationship with my money. And so that was something, it was first start off, and I thought, geez, have you ever thought about having a relationship with your money? And what does your current relationship look like? And I thought, okay, when I thought the word relationship, I thought of, how I was relating with my kids or with my husband and my friends. And I was like, I didn't really have that with my money. My money was just kind of always on the back burner. I often avoided it until, something had bubbled up that I had to take a look at it. And so really making a conscious decision to have a relationship with money really started to shift and change. And build a connection with my money. And so I started breaking free from a little bit of that keeping it hush hush, don't talk about it, and it just started opening up. Yeah, hey, I want to learn about money, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And so I just started to become aware how I felt guilty and shame, and that I was a bad person, that I liked money and I wanted to accumulate and to learn and grow money. And so that was one of my first things. As soon as I decided I was going to build a relationship with money, that I just started learning. It's like nothing else. It's no different than having a relationship with your body around exercising, or your diet as to what you're inputting. And so your finances is equally as important as any of those other aspects of your life. And so I really started to take a look and honoring money, just like I did some of those other areas of my life. And so coming along with starting a relationship with money was making it a priority. And so the question was asked, are you willing to make money your number one priority? And that kind of scared me. And I didn't know what to do with that. My first thought was, if I make money a priority, that's going to make me a bad person. That's going to make me a bad mom. I should be putting my kids first. I should be doing all these other things, and then putting money kind of on my back burner. That was usually my business. And so I'd do all these other things, and then my business was often at the end of the day, or was something I would have to always catch up with. And so I recognized what it would feel like if I actually started to put it for first. And it started kind of felt uncomfortable at first, but things started to change. And all these faulty beliefs started to bubble up, all these limiting thoughts and stories. So I invite you, when you just kind of think of what would money, putting money first look like, just even write those out. Get a pen and paper and just explore. The more that we can actually get some of these thoughts and ideas and memories that are in the subconscious, a lot of this we aren't even consciously aware of. So if we take a look at, our belief systems are established within the first 7 years of life. And so we're still filtering and functioning from those first 7 years. And so many of us don't remember what attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs and memories that we accumulated to actually create these habits and lifestyles and patterns within us. And so that's some of the work that we'll be exploring, is how do we actually break free from that? What are some tips and tools to start changing that? And so I started. So as soon as I decided to commit to making money my number one priority, I thought, even if it was just for 1 month, what would happen? Because what I'm doing right now, it couldn't probably get any worse. So I might as well start trying something new. And so actually with this recording, there's also going to be a document there of a contract. And I actually committed to that. And so I'll give you that resource for you guys if you choose to commit to putting money as your number one priority. But I started to see my family story, how I was mirroring, and how my childhood story was actually playing out for me. I also just felt those different ideas and thoughts that I've been neglectful, I wasn't going to be a good mom. But things actually started to change in the opposite. What I started to notice as soon as I committed to this, that Remy started sleeping through the night. And so I would notice that, it'd be 8 o'clock, and I was like, geez, if I got up at 6 o'clock, even 6:30, that would give me an hour and a half every morning to nurture my business. And so I did. So I got up every morning, and I got up early. And so by the time the kids woke up, I'd already had all my business strategy done for the day. And I was really productive. And what I started noticing, that when my business was taken care of, I was much calmer. I was more present. I was being able to give them my attention. And so I thought, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. My kids are starting to sleep. I am feeling a lot more happy. I'm feeling rested. I'm getting a full night's sleep. But also my attitude just started to shift and change naturally. I didn't have to effort it, and opportunities started popping up. And so that was something I just started becoming aware of. I was like, okay, something's different, something's shifted. And so, but making the commitment was a really big thing. And so that's where filling out the contract is one step that can help you there. But it also took a continuous commitment. So it's amazing how many times things would bubble up that I would fall off the wagon, or these thoughts and ideas would creep up that I thought I'd better shift and change. So I didn't fall into the old pattern that I was used to. And so it's easy. So as soon as you commit to something, you can always recommit. So if you fall off the wagon, or these thoughts and beliefs and habit patterns are going to creep back in, naturally they're going to try. It's just a matter of making that conscious effort and recommitting back to it. So I would always just continually remind myself. So it would be daily. I'd get up and just say, okay, today I'm committed to putting money first, putting myself and money first. And it was amazing. When I just made it a daily commitment, it wasn't so scary. So when I would think about 30 days, it's like, oh, that's a whole month. But if I just took the concept of the idea of just for today, it made a significant impact, because it kept me more in the present. So that's the first step for establishing a relationship with your money. Just feel the idea and any discomfort or emotions and things that come up of what would happen if you did put it first, and perhaps some of the good things that are going to ripple from it. And also, it's interesting, when I started noticing, when I put myself first, how my business was generating money again. And so then my role as a mom actually enhanced. It did the complete opposite than what I was actually afraid it was going to do. So it's interesting how our minds can actually sabotage ourselves. So sometimes we just got to try something, see what the outcome is, and often it will surprise us. So the second step today is around inviting money to come in. This sounds silly, but I started doing it. It was interesting how when I was doing these tools, I integrated them with my kids. And so I was like, how do you feel asking for money, there's often a discomfort, an awkwardness. Would you just go up and ask somebody, hey, can I have some money? Yes, there are some people, but it wasn't something that I was comfortable with, that I was out of my comfort zone. And so, of course, that once again was up against my independent role. This image is something I was really trying to strive for, of really trying to be independent, be on my own, and that wasn't really healthy. So this reminds me of this quote of "Ask, you shall receive." And so a dear friend of mine, Brenda Miller, she would always say this, and it was amazing the opportunities and things that I've been able to experience and do based by just this idea of, ask, you shall receive. And so in order to receive money, we need to ask for it to come. And so the more fun and playful, money loves fun. And the more that you have fun with it and the more creative you are, the more it actually wants to come to you. That's anything in life. So it's a matter of, get creative and get fun. And so there's this statement of like, money come, money come, money come, or, you just ask for it. And it's so interesting when we started doing this, how my son, we go to the mail and he'd be like, money come, money come, money come, hoping that there would be a check in the mail. And it was so cute how it really shifted my perspective of here he is, money come for our checks to come in the mail, versus me thinking, oh, what bills are there? And so it really was just a simple transition of asking for money and feeling that and how it will. And when you start inviting money to come, it starts coming in unexpected ways. And so it's amazing how you might just turn around and there's a $5 bill on the ground, or even dimes and nickels. So it's interesting. When you start asking, it starts coming. And so we just need to, the second part, okay, so how do we ask for money? So it could just be simple as, can I have some money now, please? So just asking the universe, or integrating into a prayer, or whatever religious or rituals you have, integrate that into it. What can I do to generate money that I desire? It's okay to desire money, but what action? You just pose the question. When we live in question or we ask questions, it just kind of gets us to receive the answer. It kind of opens up this area of possibilities. So you could be using, I'll also add a list of mantras with this recording as well, of different ways that you can use to integrate asking for money. Also, if any of you guys have any tips and tools, please feel free to share and add and include that with us on this Facebook post. That would be awesome. We'd love that. The more people that can contribute, the more that we have conversation and dialogue, the stronger this really grows. And so I welcome you guys to post and to share what were your ideas and thoughts as you listen to this recording. That would be awesome. So as soon as we ask around money, it's around receiving it. So, it's a two-part thing. We can ask for it, but then we have to feel comfortable and feel worthy around receiving our money. And so really take a look of how do you feel when you receive. So ponder the question, what does receiving mean to you? How does it feel to you? For some people it might be really easy. For some it might be a struggle. There's times that I resisted it. I felt guilty that, is it that easy? I'm getting it and others aren't. And so just kind of taking a look. And once again, it's just becoming aware of what are we thinking? How are we feeling? So even just today, just take on aware. From a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel around receiving? Do you have to validate and justify why you got it? Or can you just receive and say, awesome, thank you? And just take note, because that can change really quickly for you. Okay, so that concludes our Financial Friday today. So some simple things, but really effective, that can start building that relationship. So I will have that contract attached, the mantras of how to ask for money attached. But did you enjoy this? So I hope you guys did. So I'll be doing these every Friday. So please feel free to like, share, and spread the word. If you know of someone who is interested, who maybe is struggling, please feel free to just let them know this is a safe environment for us just to open these dialogues. Would you like to learn more about who I am, or if you like kind of this concept, my style, please feel free to check out my website, www.bumarketing.ca. So I would like to conclude by thanking you guys very much for taking the time, for coming and listening and participating. Hopefully you guys can take some action today, just building and nurturing your relationship with your finances. And we will see you guys next Friday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.